Where's my notice?
Welcome everyone to Can We Chat Here. My name is Sheila Abram, and I am pleased to be the host on Can We Chat Here with my wonderful, beautiful co-host,
Miss Maxine Jones. Maxine Jones from New York. Welcome to Can We Chat Here. And as we say each week, Can We Chat Here is about our dreams, our goals, our stories, and our journeys. So, each week we want to bring value to our Facebook friends and family. So we're always chatting about different topics. Well, tonight we decided to do a Can We Chat flashback. So we will be chatting about the most impactful conversations that we've had with some of our very special guests. So Ms. Sheila Abram, you're going to set that up?
Well, I am setting
that up. Set up first?
Because
okay.
Actually, Maxine, I'm going to screen share into the Can We Chat Here Facebook page. So this
nice. I like that.
Yeah, it'll kind of jog our memory. People can say, "Oh yeah, I remember that one. I remember that one." And just looking, and because we were talking about this, it's hard to believe it's been almost 6 months. 6 months. Oh my goodness.
That is hard to believe. 6 months?
October the 3rd. October the 3rd was our very first one. And I'm down to that one right now. It takes some minutes.
Okay.
There it is.
Okay. And our first one was
October 3rd.
I remember that one.
There we go. Now I'm going to do a screen share.
Oh, great.
So this way you guys...
I won't have to jog my memory.
I know, so it could jog some memory, huh?
Like, what was that? Okay.
All right. Our first one, October the 3rd, Maxine, it was taking our
children to school when they're not feeling well. Yeah.
That was our very first one.
Yeah.
And we told, some stories, and we actually had some input on our website from, some of the people with having to take their children to school sick, and that's just a very impactful thing. And one of the things that I want to talk about is not just taking your children to school sick, but you just not being able to be there. Now, right now, Maxine, I want you to kind of tell everybody, you have a bundle of joy in your house right now.
Yes, I do. I have my grandson here, who is absolutely a bundle of joy and a lot of motion and energy.
Now, how old is he?
He is 4 years old. 4.
And
with all the questions of why, Grandma, why?
Little Johnny.
Uh-oh. Now, there's our other co-host.
I know.
Lex.
There's somebody walking their dog or something like that. But anyway, so your daughter's out of town on business.
Yes, she is.
So therefore, she deals with what us parents had to deal with when we had young children. Now, Johnny's not sick, but there comes a time when, look, I have to be gone, for 4 days, 3 days. Who do I trust my child with? And sometimes we're not living in the city where I did not live in the city. I moved away from home.
We don't have those choices. Yeah, exactly. That it can be a family member, really.
And what's happening now, Maxine, we were talking about a lot of grandparents. They're still working.
Yes, they are. Unfortunately, some of them, they have to work.
Yeah. But you were able to go ahead and be able to take care of Johnny while your daughter is out of town. That is such a wonderful thing.
We'll have him for a nice 4 days. Yeah. By the time she comes home, either we won't want to give him up or we'll be saying, here.
Yeah, exactly. Now let's go to our next one. Our next one that we did was called, let me see, The Power of a Mentor.
Oh,
That's the second one.
yes. Yes.
And what was your favorite moment in The Power of a Mentor?
The Power of a Mentor is actually having Mr. Ty Best on the show. The Can We Chat Here? Because Ty and Valerie Best are, to me, one of the only and best mentors that we could ever have in Wealth Builders Worldwide and in the world of Caraba's. So, just to have him on our show, we were brand new and we asked him and he gave us all the support in the world and he said yes, that he would do it. So absolutely, that was very exciting for me. Yeah.
The Power of a Mentor.
Mm-hmm.
And then the next one we did was Retiring in America. And who was our special guest on Retiring in America? That was Miss Cheryl
and Gober.
Cheryl and Gober came on.
Mm-hmm.
And she told her rags to riches to crashes
and back to riches
and losing it again. I mean, she.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you just never know.
Some story. That was really some story.
What
I had no idea until she came on and shared that with us. I thought everything was just like the whole Cinderella story, but it was not.
And Maxine, you also shared your retirement story. You gave us a wonderful insight from a senior. There she is. Look at Miss Cheryl. We've got to have her back on.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea.
And you remember her internet was acting up. She and she's really, really busy right now with the ICO, and rightfully so, rightfully so. So we're gonna definitely, once she has a chance to simmer down
and slow up,
we'll definitely have her back on. But Maxine, you would just kind of tell one of your senior stories, because you were in shock.
Yes, I was. I worked for the Postal Service for 29 years. And how they told you, get a good job, but a civil service job, and it's secure and all like that. And I moved up through the ranks, and I had a very good position as far as traveling and that type of thing. But when I retired, of course, now your salary is reduced immensely, and your bills and your costs are not reduced whatsoever. So it was a shock to me, because I always felt that my salary would be able to carry me. And also the nightmare of my 401k, because the minute I started taking anything out of my 401k, I got hit with all kinds of penalties. And it was because of the wonderful Mr. Allen Austin Jr., who made me aware of that the 401k is the stock market's cash cow. And I thought I was secure and I thought I was safe, and I was not. I was in deep trouble if it had not been for my Wealth Builders family and Mr. Allen Austin helping me to get that in the right place. Let's put it that way. But to just start with saving in gold was so impactful for me, because I'm the first person in my family to own physical gold. And I'm doing this not just for myself, but for Johnny. I have a granddaughter in Japan, and we have a granddaughter in Jersey City. So it is so important for me to be successful and continue with this business. And if it's nothing else but saving in gold. But that was a rude awakening for me, which I thought I was secure.
Yes. Okay. Let me go back to screen share. I wanted to definitely see your whole face when you were explaining that, because that is just a wonderful story. And then we had the modern day inheritance.
That was a good one. You brought out a really good story. You had everybody in the chat group. You got to tell that one, Sheila.
Now, the modern day inheritance, that one, we got a lot of comments on the modern day inheritance, because on that particular Can We Chat Here, I told the story, I think it was of my mother. You know, I said I'm in charge of my grandfather's finances, but he has since passed away since then. But I said, my mother told me a story, and she called me up and she says, Sheila, you know, you got to help me with this situation. I've already paid for, you know, my final arrangements. She had already picked out her plot like 15 years ago. Everything was done.
Yeah.
And she happened to go to a funeral of a person she knew, because now that tends to be the event at her age, or for some reason her friends are kind of passing away young because she's not that old. But anyway, she said one of the people said, look, anybody that has their funeral arrangement at this particular mortuary, you better go check it out, because they changed hands a few years ago and they were not honoring the old contracts. They were saying they didn't have them. You know, so they were trying to leave it up to the people to actually prove. They were trying to leave it up to the people to actually prove that you paid for this, and this is, you know, you had your spot. Well, my mother, being the hoarder that she is, she has everything, okay? So she promptly took her paperwork in, and she says, no, oh no, this is what's paid for. And it said paid in full when she made her last payment. It had the plot, it had everything she wanted. And they looked at it and they says, oh man, we just don't have that. And you know, we're not whatever the name of the old place was. So, you know, we can offer you something new, but you know, you will have to pay more. And she was like, what? And she said she noticed as soon as she sat down, the person talking to her was like, so how are you feeling? She's like, fine. And he's like, what'd you eat for breakfast?
Oh, they were testing her.
Thinking it was strange, but she told him what she ate for breakfast. And he's just kind of saying, you know, what day is it? He was trying to see if she was
lucid. Yeah.
And she said, my mother's very blunt. Kind of, I guess I say I'm a mini her.
That's where you got it from?
Yeah, I'm a mini her. And she says, wait a minute. I know exactly what you're trying to do here, and I'm not buying it. You're going to find my paperwork, because I have the copies right here. You either take a photocopy of what I have and add them to your records, or you know what? Forget it. She said she stood up and said, I'm getting ready to call Channel 7 News.
Okay, mommy.
She was getting ready to report them for senior abuse and just
witness news.
And they were like, okay, stop. Okay, you know what? Just give us a few days. Because he's looking in the computer. He's like, that spot is gone. And she says, what do you mean it's gone? I paid for it. It's my real estate, you know? And he goes, somebody else is in there. And so she got up and he goes, let us find your paperwork. You know, this was like a Monday. He says, we'll get this all settled. She goes, well, you know what? And my daughter's going to be involved. You know, I'm going to have her on the phone. Because,
you know, Sheila, that's a good point right there. Just want to stop you, because a lot of times they take advantage of elderly people, older people, thinking there's no one there to champion them. That you would be involved, that sent the signal right then and there.
And see, here's unfortunate thing is, if I wasn't involved and being a part of the conversation the next time, see, unfortunately, when I would be involved, she would already be passed away. How would I know what was
too little, too late?
Exactly. So she says, okay, and I'm gonna be back in here on Friday. So when she came back on Friday, they told her, well, you know, there unfortunately mistakes are made, and yes, the spot you picked overlooking. She picked this perfect spot overlooking the little water, whatever. He picked it.
Wait a minute, like she'd be looking.
Yeah, but she picked it, and she wanted it.
Okay, so that's her prerogative.
They said we have this undeveloped land that they bought. They were expanding the cemetery, and he rolls out this map, and I'm on the phone and I'm hearing he's rolling out this map, and he goes, this will be a good one here. Area FC plot D.
Yeah.
And she looked at him. She says, for one thing, you haven't even bought the land yet. Or they bought the land. He goes, you haven't even renovated or whatever you do to get it ready. Yeah. He said,
the landscaping.
This is some future map you're showing me of what is coming in the future. What if I pass away tomorrow? What happened?
Exactly. Yeah.
And he was still telling her, and unfortunately, you will need to pay a little bit more. And so at that point, I'm interjecting on the phone, and I said, well, actually, no, she's not going to have to pay anymore. I said, you purchased this cemetery from the prior owners. Their contracts are binding.
Paid in full.
I said, so I don't know how you put someone else in her paid for spot, but something's going to be. He goes, well, really, there's nothing that can be done. And my mother said, dig them up. Like, dig them up.
Go ahead, Mom.
Sadly, they got to put them somewhere else because that's mine.
Dig them up and get them out.
And he was, now they're in horror. And so they said, okay, Miss Love, what can we do to make this right? Okay. Yeah. Because we really do not want to have to do that. And I know you really wouldn't want us to do that. She's like, I don't know. She was like, I don't know. So she says, well, you know what? To tell you the truth, there is something you can do for me. To tell you the truth, I decided I don't want to be put in the ground anymore. I don't want dirt thrown on top of me.
Okay.
I want my casket put inside the crypt. And he looked at her. She goes, yep. I've changed my mind. And he says,
changed my plot. I've changed my mind.
And they were like, sorry, Miss Love, but that costs more.
Gotta eat it.
And she said, well, you want to know what you need to do to make it right?
That's it.
That's what we're going to do. And she says, and you know what? 15 years ago, why on earth did I think I wanted an emerald green casket? Let's change that to ivory while we're at it.
Mom.
So,
Mom had it by the throat.
Yes, and he said, "Well, I'm going to have to work with the owners. I can't make these decisions, unilaterally. So, because what you're asking for really costs more than what you actually paid for." And so she says, and I understand that. Yeah. But you got one or two options. You're going to dig up the other person. Or you're going to make me happy. And he says, okay, well, we'll call you back. We'll have to work this out. And she left. They called her up, said, can you come back in on a Wednesday? And she's like, yeah, I'll be back in. She came back in. I was on the phone. And they said, okay, we're going to give you everything you want.
You got it.
And they took her to where she picked the spot she wanted. Yeah. They're going to do a really great, little inscribing on it. And a little handle for flowers.
Nice little mural,
And when it was done, I said, okay, now that we've made these arrangements, fax everything to me.
Yeah.
Everything.
Yeah.
I said, because see, now I know where it's at, what she chose, what the arrangements are, and I know it will cost her nearly nothing, because unfortunately in the world of burial, you can't get around from the opening and closing.
Yeah.
You know, so.
But you showed how right there how things could go awry.
Exactly.
You're not checking your little checks and balances, and that sent a whole tumbleweed going through the chat, because people were just like, "Well, I better check mine."
Yeah. There were people that had
but you assume everything's okay, but companies change, and people, other companies buy another company, and they don't honor the original agreement, the original contract.
And then, unfortunately, years and years go by. A lot of the family members that end up overseeing the elderly ones, they don't even know that the arrangements are already prepaid. Right. That's what happens. You lose track. So we had a lot of comments on the power call the next day. I think Roz Range was one. She
was one. Yep.
She found some stuff out.
Mama.
Got it straight, So that was just another great episode. Let's go back to the screen share and see what the next one was. Let's see. Now the next one was that was Retire in America. Some of them will appear back in.
Right, because you've moved, you've looked at it, so put them at the top.
Yeah. Now, this one here, we had Ty Bess on, interview with the Dream Maker. Ty.
Oh, yeah.
That was so fun.
That was.
He had his little headphone up there, and it was just a really, really, really good show. And he talked about the importance of a dream.
Right, and how many people do not dream, and how many people in wealth builders actually started dreaming again. I think I forgot who it was, but they said they took their dream out of the garbage can.
That was Mr. Reggie Scott.
That's he had trashed it, and now he's dreaming again.
And I think, Maxine, back on the one where we had the power of a mentor, that's the one. We didn't have Ty Bess on that one. This is the first one we had him on.
This is the first one. Okay.
Our book. Yeah. We brought out our library.
We brought out our books. Books. We swung around and just
we had all our different books out, because see, you may not be able to afford a mentor, because you could pay. We're not going to plug names, but big names,
serious money,
motivational people or trainers. You could pay them tens of thousands of dollars to take their courses. But one of the things that Mr. Bess always teaches us is you can have any mentor you want. Just go pick up the book they wrote. You can gain the knowledge from the books.
Educating yourself. That's right.
So he pumped us up, and we talked about building a dream and how network marketing can help you fulfill your dreams.
Your dream,
He's
absolutely the dreamer and visionary.
This was
were they cute? They were so much fun.
Was another good one.
Dr. Patrice Gordon and Lady Lisa.
What was so funny, and what I remember about this one, Maxine,
the beginning,
they were sitting on Facebook. They were in the chat bar. Saying, hey,
we're here.
We're on the live stream on Facebook, and I'm like, we can't see you.
You got to dial into the platform.
And then they went to the platform, and
we had another challenge too, right?
Dr. Patrice's laptop would not allow them access.
Right, to make him one of the panelists. We got it done.
Lady Lisa, she got her laptop. We got it done. We started like 15 minutes late that day.
That's right. Yeah.
We had so many people in Facebook saying, like, where are they? Texting us, where's Can We Chat? But it was
because we start on time.
And one of the memorable things that I got, that just really hit home with me was the way they go dream building together, or even the unique ways they choose to prospect people. You know, Dr. Patrice says he will tell Lisa, get all dressed up, and he'll get all dressed up. And they will go to the fancy part of town at a very exclusive, expensive restaurant. You know, he goes, we might just be ordering dessert. But they're striking up conversations with the people in the restaurants, which was so unique when they said that to me. You know,
well, one thing that was impactful for me with them when they shared about when one of the spouses was not so interested in as far as network marketing, and Dr. Patrice started with it first, and he had to get Lisa on board because, like she shared, he had done other things, and you know, and it kind of bombed, or she was not impressed with it, so he had to get her on board with how they shared about, you know, honoring that spouse and encouraging that spouse, even if you don't want to do it, but to support them and be there for it. And she kind of just watched him for a while there, and all of a sudden she got on board, and how she actually transformed into Lady Lisa. She used to be so quiet, and Dr. Patrice would just talk, and you'd hear, and Lisa, and don't give it a mic now.
I'm just smiling looking at those two.
Absolutely. And they are just so adorable. Such a super couple.
One of the things that she also said in the beginning, the way he got her on board to coming to the events, is he just says, he gave her the credit card. He said, here, honey, go buy yourself a beautiful dress, because we're going to Atlanta. And she's like, Atlanta? What? Well, okay.
Listen, you get the buy-in from us. You give us a credit card and say go shop. We're gonna take the credit card, go shop, and then we're gonna go with you also.
And he just started dream building with her. And she said he would say, baby, we're gonna get this, we're gonna do that, we're gonna vacation here, and she was just, she's like, I would say, okay, you know. So that they would,
they were really special.
Great. That was just wonderful. We had such a ball on that one. And then the next one, this one was with Pastor Patricia Carey and Valerie Smith, and that one was if we could do it, you could do it. Wait a minute. No, that was the Quiet Giant.
No, that's the one with the challenges.
That was this one here was Quiet Giant.
The Quiet Giant, and
what was the other? I can't remember the exact title, but I know
Valerie was the Quiet Giant.
She was the Quiet Giant.
That's my nickname.
And what did you feel? What did you really like about that one, Maxine?
I like the fact that you saw different women that were very impactful and powerful, and from different lifestyles, different backgrounds, different personalities. Valerie, that's why I nicknamed her the Quiet Giant, because Valerie, when you first meet her, just love her. She doesn't say a whole lot, but whatever she is saying is so impactful, and she gets her team involved and engaged. She gets them to follow her, the pattern of the map. She gets them to do every step, and she's building a monster team down in Washington, D.C. And just as, she felt like, so shy. Like when we called her, we did a three-way, and she said, you're inviting me? And we're like, yeah, we're inviting you, because you are such a wonderful team leader, and such a wonderful leader. And it just was so great to see these phenomenal ladies just on Can We Chat.
And Pastor Cherry, at that time, she was not retired. She was working, and she just talked about, and she had like 3 hats, because she's also a pastor.
That's right.
She was working full time, and she was just talking about how she navigated, her Carrot Bars business, to growing it, with wearing all of these various hats. So that was just showing that people from different and Valerie works too.
Right. Valerie's a bus driver. That's right. So she's balancing, on wearing a couple of hats as well. Mm-hmm.
Exactly. So we were showing, look, just let your job finance your freedom.
Your freedom, yeah.
And I tell you, just even since this Can We Chat here, November 21st, we were just honoring Miss Valerie Smith, the quiet giant, on our power call this morning. She reached one of our company's top director levels. Yeah. And she was telling her sponsor, he was explaining, she's like, well, how did I do that?
Yeah, right?
So she was just doing what I love about Valerie is if you saw her and her team, I mean, just my vision of them. Mm-hmm. If her and her team were all walking together, Valerie is walking hand in hand.
Yes.
With them.
Yeah.
And not even necessarily in the front line.
No, she's never in the front.
But she's there pushing not pushing them, but supporting them.
Yeah.
And encouraging them. Right alongside. Mm-hmm. And she shows, because some people say, well, I'm shy. Mm-hmm. Well, she's very shy. She was so afraid to get on Can We Chat here, and she conquered that fear. And she did it.
That's why I called her the quiet giant.
So thank you so much, and congratulations, Miss Valerie Smith again. And then
what did we do?
We did call it "If We Could Do It, You Could Do It."
Oh, okay.
That is what we called it. Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah, the other one was living with
with physical challenges. Yeah, with challenges.
Now this one here.
Oh my God!
It had 5,000.
He calls himself double A, but we call him triple A.
Triple A. 5,600.
Wow!
69 views. Mr. Alan Austin Jr.
What a phenomenal young man, and he just had a birthday.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
And what we did. This was the first time that we ever just gave over the controls.
We agreed beforehand, right, Sheila? That we would just let him run with it.
Because he did a screen share, and he did a wonderful, wonderful presentation. So what I'm telling you, I invite everybody. Yes. So if you go to Facebook, Can We Chat here? That in, you want to hear.
Yeah.
The presentation that Mr. Alan Austin Jr. did, it was just
that one drove me nuts because I kept popping out. My screen kept freezing, but I never meant I could hear at least because I wanted to hear everything that Mr. Alan Austin had to say.
Yes,
as you can see, it was freezing and doing all that.
Oh yeah,
that was one of that you got to look like
You since upgraded your internet. You bought internet.
I said, we're not having that.
Yeah, exactly. So that was wonderful because he did the he had the slide in there talking about it's not emotional,
it's just math.
Mm-hmm. And the way he presented that information.
Yeah.
Everybody have to go back and see that one.
Phenomenal.
And right here, he's getting ready to start his screen share.
Okay.
With his presentation. So, oh my goodness, you have to. I'm going to have to go back and look at that myself because
I totally agree.
Yeah, that was so powerful. Mm-hmm. And then we had Watch Your Fly with Miss CC Mahone. Yes. I love that because she talked about, why.
Yeah, her why.
Decade,
And she's done so many different things. We didn't realize that she has worn so many different hats, and she goes back a ways too with Tyrone Best. He has just a phenomenal. As a matter of fact, we wouldn't have known, but Mr. Tyrone Best shared with us. We need to call her up and talk with her. Yep. And when we did, wow. What a story she had. We had no idea.
I'm not going to tell you how to run. I'm not going to tell you how to run your Can We Chat Can We Chat Now, he probably said show.
Yeah, right, yeah. Yeah.
I really want to talk to Miss
now.
Mahone.
He said, but you need to call Miss CC Mahone.
And we did, and
we listened to our mentor.
And she had such just a wonderful, wonderful stories to tell. And she is making wonderful strides with her Candy Bars business and her sister, Demaui. So, yeah, we are just, that was a really, really good one.
That was a good one.
And then we had Ty Best back again. Oh, this one was Raising Children.
Oh, and a networking
environment.
Yeah. Yes.
And he talked about
the story of raising his children
in the business and why it was important. You know, as much as we can get our children involved, get them involved. So you're teaching them how to dream big, teaching your children the price you have to pay.
And they pay the price
to get what you want.
Not to depend on the system.
Yes.
And because we're always told, like he always shares, go to school, get a good education, college degree, and then work, a job and have a career. And that was not the way that Mr. Ty Best and Miss Valerie Best wanted to go.
And their son,
and they're college graduates. They are.
Alexander's 34 now?
Yeah.
He had his 34th birthday on the 1st. And never had a job. Whatever he dreams of, whatever his passion is, that's what he does.
Yeah.
And that's a wonderful.
That's freedom.
He's never had a job. He sits at home.
That's freedom.
For video games. He owns a publishing company. People don't know that. He has written books himself.
Yeah.
See, so when you're able to tell your child, look, if money were no object, what would you like to do? I see, that's what you want to do. With my son, Stephen, same thing. Stephen has never had a job. And he's 24 years old. He loves, being a real estate investor. He loves building this Candy Bars business. But if you had to say exactly what would you like to do, he's still having time figuring it out.
Yeah. And he has the freedom to do it.
He's volunteering, for different organizations. When he was in college, he was the president of the Vietnamese Student Association, the first Black president for that university. And he has gone on to the next level, to the UVSA. And he was co-director of marketing for that organization. And he's looking at pretty much doing it again next year. It's voluntary.
Yeah.
So he's not punching a clock.
If he had to punch a clock, he probably wouldn't have time to do that.
Yeah. And it would be fun.
They're not going to let you off.
Yeah. So there's a difference. And the beautiful thing is being in this network marketing environment and reading the books that we are reading. He's learned how to deal with being the president of an organization and being director of marketing, because what the UVSA does, it oversees all the colleges, all of their the VSAs. So it's a really, really, takes responsibility, and he's doing it. So right now, this is what he chooses to do in his spare time. So I really liked Raising Your Children in a Network Marketing Environment because it is different. Until I got in the network marketing environment, the only way I could raise my children was to be a traditional business owner, which was actually the path that Stephen and my daughter were going to take after college. It was never in my plan for them to work for anyone, but this network marketing just gave a whole new path and a whole new direction, and it's so rewarding and fulfilling. So that one there was Raising Children in the Network Marketing.
Okay.
And then, I remember this one.
Eminem. Eminem. The powerful Eminem. Michael Dalco and Manisha Dalco. That
was such fun.
That was fun one. Yeah. And you got to see that side of Manisha. Most of the time when we're with, they're doing the event and you don't get to really talk with her. Mm-hmm. But we got to see that side of her that keeps Mr. Michael Delco in check.
And if you go back and watch it, he'll whisper in her ear, "Can I say this?"
Yeah, he's asking permission. He's asking permission. And he would tell us, sometimes, my wife doesn't like me to say that, or she'll say, "Don't say that."
Yeah, and he's like, "Oh, I can't say it."
Yeah, he would lean over and ask permission. Yeah,
that was such a great.
And sometimes she'd say no.
Yeah. And it's funny, since then, she is retired. They're both retired.
Yeah, so they're together.
They're both free at home.
That's a wonderful thing. That's a good thing.
They're both free at home. Now, this one here to date has our largest amount of views, 6,644.
Because this man brought a wealth of knowledge for people who have a home-based business.
Yes.
We needed to hear that. We needed to hear all that information that he brought to the table, and his presentation was excellent because some of the things we were not aware of. We didn't know some of the deductibles and all of that. And so, Mr. Mark Priors, hats off to you. Thank you so much, sir.
Yes,
that
was phenomenal. He did a screen share and just went through his quick. Actually, he had a video that he created.
Yeah.
That way he wouldn't get sidetracked, and he went right through it. And we always say, look, if you want to get some tax information, he is a tax preparer. Go back and watch.
That's good to go back and watch.
Go back and watch it. The name of it is called The Tax Advantages of Owning a Home-Based Business.
Home-based business.
That was such a great one. Okay, then.
Let's see. What else we got here?
We did. No, that was Alan.
That one came back. Yeah, went back up to the top. Oh my goodness. The Real Browns. That was so much fun.
We had the Real Browns, Willie and Sherry.
Yes, Willie and Sherry Brown. And we had special guests. We had Woody and Uncle Rufus. Yes.
Yeah. Uncle Rufus. And
yes.
It was just really, really good.
Yeah.
And Woody, because they were.
Yeah. Mr. Willie Brown is an entertainer.
Yes, he is.
And he I think he told a little part of his story at that time, which inspired us to go on to when we talked about when your friends and family don't support you when you want to start a network marketing business. Because initially his dad, it wasn't that he was against him, he just was like, okay, what are you doing? When he wanted to he said he bought a dummy, and the dummy, I think he said cost $135 or something.
Yeah, something like that.
And when it was delivered, his dad told him, "You paid that for it? You're the dummy,
Boy, you're the dummy."
Yeah, he proved that he knew his craft, and that's what he wanted to do, and he did not give up. So, and he's excellent. When he doesn't do it at our Let's Go weekend, I really miss.
I know
his act. I really do.
I love it.
I know he can't always do it. He also wears many hats now.
Yes, he does.
Actually ordained as a minister.
Yes.
So. They're a phenomenal couple, and Miss Sherry Brown she rocks the Wednesday power call. She brings it. She brings it.
One of the things that people don't know right now, if you are in Texas, and Mr. Willie Brown is starring in Shelly Garrett's Beauty Shop.
Yeah.
And it's in Texas. Mr. Willie Brown is a professional. I mean, we have stars on our team.
We do. Don't we know? Yes, we do.
Oh my goodness. He's in a play.
Yeah.
So
we can say we know him.
And we're proud of you, Willie Brown.
Yes, we are.
We
are indeed.
Then we had why people fail in network marketing. And that one we featured
Mr. Tyrone Bass. Because we had his book.
We were featuring his book.
Yes. Yeah, we were reading it for the second time, isn't it? Second or third time. Yeah.
And we were just going through some of the different pages, and we were talking about our favorite ones, and I was like,
wait a minute.
we know the author.
Yep.
Get him on the line. And he was watching Can We Chat Here, and he popped right on the platform.
He sure did.
And that was because he really dug deep into why, you know, some of his favorites that, you know, that he pointed out, you know, why people fail in network marketing. That's a wonderful one. Oh my goodness. You want to go back and see that one? And this one here was the importance of live events.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And I think this one here, we show pictures, right? Pictures.
Yeah, that's what we show pictures. Yes. The pictures, that we took at all the different Let's Go weekends, our favorites and some of the funny ones. Yeah.
We show pictures of the Let's Go weekend.
Yeah.
And then we had, the impact of friends and family on the dreams of start. And we read this one, Maxine. We got a lot of input from the canwechathere.info website.
Right. Yes, we did in the chat room.
And we read different stories about how
several of them.
People
were either encouraged or discouraged. You know, it could have gone either way.
I remember one gentleman, and this could be encouraging or discouraging, you don't know. He had I think he said 7 jobs within the 1 year. And his father looked at him and said, boy, you better join the armed services.
Oh, right, the military.
Yeah, you better join the military because they're going to get some discipline in you. And that is exactly what he did. So that's not necessarily good or bad because, you know, but
that just was the answer back in the day.
Yep, they join the military. They'll straighten you out.
Yeah, they'll make a man out of you.
I remember that one from there. Yep,
that's true.
Okay, that's
okay.
And this one here is this one here was we're coming up to current, capitalizing on the launch.
Oh, the launch.
He joined us.
Well, you know, that was the one he commandeered our Can We Chat.
Exactly.
He sure did.
Now he said
we were going a different way.
Yeah.
I think we were going to talk about taxes or setting goals or something like that. And he goes, no, you don't need to talk about that.
He says, we're in the middle of a launch. So we got to talk about why a launch is so important and the activity and why people are so excited in a launch. Yeah. And he was right. That was really good when he came on board.
That was very good. That was good.
And then this one here was just last week. And it was the importance of the Let's Go weekend.
Yes.
Actually, this was almost like live events, but Mr. Todd Best fell asleep.
He sure did.
And we happened to have a plan B just in case he fell asleep.
We have to do that because we're not sure because he's been going like a freight train. So we actually called him to ask him to make sure, are you going to be awake? He said, I've been awake since early this morning. And I'm still out. I'm doing this, that, and the other. Yeah, I'm going to be awake.
So he was definitely here for the importance of the Let's Go weekend. And he just really brought home, you know, what you see and what you feel at a live event and what he felt at some of the live events, you know, in his early network marketing days. And the importance, we even brought out that, you know, he feels it's very important for the children to be with their parents. And he says, you know, some children have never, ever seen their parents get an award. And at the Let's Go week, and you know, Maxine, when he said that, I thought about it. I didn't say it on that episode, but I thought, you know what? When I got the Gladiator Award, my son Stephen was in the audience. That was the first time he had ever seen. I have all kind of plaques and stuff from my corporate, you know, awards from even my post office days, but none of my children ever were there. You know, because that's a corporate thing. That's a work thing. Yeah. So it did make me feel good.
That's exciting.
He was there for that. On top of the fact that award is so heavy, he had to carry it. But that was it. And now,
yeah, that probably very impactful for him too, to see you walk across that stage, and realize, and he knows the work that you put in.
Yeah.
The work that you put, he sees it on a daily basis, that you put in the work and you put in the time. And it's much deserved.
So now that was our Can We Chat Here's from October to now.
Yeah.
We love suggestions. Leaders, please.
Yes.
You can either message Facebook Messenger suggestion or go
either one of us, or
canwechatheere.info. There's a place where you can put suggestions on future shows. We would love new topics.
Tell us what you want us to chat about.
Exactly.
And we'll put it on as one of our topics. Exactly. We'll be there.
Well, Miss Maxine,
I like that going down memory lane.
Yeah, that was so nice.
Well, that was good. That was good. I love that when it scrolled up, it actually was pretty much right on time. Had we been doing this a year, we'd have to speed that up.
We couldn't do it for man. No. So you want to close this house?
Oh, we'd have to just pick the certain ones. Yeah. So, Facebook friends and family, thank you so much for joining us on Can We Chat Here. Our next week's topic, it's going to be a surprise again. We are in such beast mode of doing a new launch with our cryptocurrency. So we work on it towards the end of the week. So sometimes we don't have the topic, but we will be here. We will be here.
We also leave it open for our mentor and senior partner. He picks up the phone and say, hey,
yeah, that's right. So this week, how about we talk about this? And we're like, okay.
We are, for those of you who, are not in Karatbars, but you're seeing, like even the Can We Chat Here shared into different pages. We are Karatbars affiliates. Can We Chat Here? We pretty much talk about just life, everyday life.
Just about everything, not just Karatbars.
Owning a home-based business is a game changer, and how we're in this home-based business together, Karatbars. It's a true game changer. And right now, I'm just going to mention this. We are in the launch of an ICO. We go into the ICO phase next week. We're still pre-ICO. If you are not a Karatbars affiliate, get back to the person who's sharing this in their timeline. You do not want to miss it. I mean, this Let's Go weekend is titled The Birth of Millionaires. We in Karatbars, we are confident that we are going to be millionaires.
Absolutely.
And we don't want to do it without you. So sign up.
That's right.
Let's go.
Want everybody on board. Absolutely. Everybody on board, guys. So, all you need to do is be a Karatbars affiliate. Very simple. And that's free. It's not freezing.
Yes, you're freezing. But that's okay because we're done.
Oh, okay. All right. It's at the end.
And you know what the sexy
Good night.
Nope, I cannot close this out without you calling Johnny upstairs. I want everybody to see your grandson.
Come up here, please. Come down.
My grandbaby.
There he goes. He's running like crazy. Come on.
Come on, Johnny.
Hurry up. Jump.
You couldn't get him.
Oh, there's my Johnny. Oh, wait, say hi. What'd you do? You knocked down the... There we go. John, look over there. See the camera? Look at the camera. Wave, say hi. Say hi,
Johnny.
Say
that Maxine
friend.
Yeah. All right. So we wanted to say goodbye with Johnny right
Why I do it.
All right. That's why she does it, for her grandchildren. All right, everybody. Have a wonderful, wonderful evening.